So today we're looking at CamRanger 2. Now I've been using CamRanger. Light's gone off. Hello everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to be looking at this guy today, CamRanger 2. I've been using the old version, or the CamRanger 1, which is on my camera right now here. If you've been following my channel, you know when I'm shooting, I'm always using the CamRanger, because when I'm working with clients, they need to be able to see the images that are being shot on the day. Now I don't like using laptops, I don't like being tethered with a wire into a laptop. I like to be totally mobile, and I like to be able to just give the client the iPad. The CamRanger essentially creates a Wi-Fi network. This is the old CamRanger here. Connect up to this via an iPad app, and then as you take the pictures come on the screen. The client, whoever's looking at the pictures, can flick through them. You can double tap and zoom in. You can even star rate them, all that kind of thing. I'm not going to go through what CamRanger is, but essentially this little guy has been absolutely fantastic in the sense that there wasn't really anything else out there that worked as slick as this little unit. Now, it wasn't absolutely perfect. There were times when the app would just freeze. There'd be times when you might be taking pictures, someone might be scrolling at the same time, and then it could sometimes just slow it right down, and then you'd have to actually reset the app. So although it was 90% of the time pretty good without much issues, there were occasions where it would kind of get clogged up, it would just slow down, or it would absolutely freeze. But apart from that, it's been a fantastic little unit. So when CamRanger 2 was announced, I got quite excited, because I could imagine if they could even make this guy like 5%, 10% better, it would be a really good product. It's not that much bigger than the old CamRanger. Now the width is a different story. You can see CamRanger 2 here is a little bit wider, a bit thicker I should say, than CamRanger 1. Weight wise, they're not that far off. Both of them have an internal battery which you can take out. You can obviously take that out, recharge it, but you can also charge it in the actual unit itself via the little charging port. Now what else is quite good about the new CamRanger is on the back you've also got a little tripod mount, and you can attach this guy, little hot shoe mount in there if you want to. I could just screw right in there, makes it fit in quite easy. Now in the previous CamRanger, this was my go-to setup, and I still use this quite a lot. So we've got a trigger at the top, because obviously I need the hot shoe, so I don't put the CamRanger on there. And then I've got this RC mini bracket, which just sits underneath with a magic arm. And that has a FlowPod holder for smartphones, but it's perfect for the CamRanger. This guy fits into here, like so, tightens up, and then you just wire this into the unit, and it's nice, all contained, no movement, and it's just a really good simple unit. So this is what I've been using in the past. Now I wanted to see if I could still work with it using the new CamRanger, and because this is for smartphones, as I mentioned, it does have a lot of range in terms of how wide this can actually go. So I'm just going to try this, and this is the first time I'm actually fitting the CamRanger 2 to this unit, and it fits perfectly fine. So there we go. That guy's just sat here right now in the side. Let's get this into focus. You can see it's got the arm. It's right there off to the side, so it's not in any way intrusive. It's not getting in the way of anything. And it looks a bit of a beast, but it's actually a really strong unit. You can actually hold it like this. And then I will add in, obviously, the USB cable dongle here, Goes in like that, and then I'll wrap this guy around so I don't want it too much wire, and I'll just fit that in. There we go. So that's it. That's the system. Now when I bought this, I also bought this cable here. This will allow me to use it with my Sony a7 III, which is what is actually recording right now. And that's what's kind of held me off from using the Sony a7 III on client shoots, is a simple fact that I've not had any way to tether. The Sony Play Mobile Memories app is absolutely disgusting, and I wouldn't ever use that on a shoot. But now CamRanger 2 supports Sony, which is fantastic, so I can actually use this guy with that. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, it's on. You'll see it'll start to search. Now let's come back over here to the app. We'll first go into settings, and I'll check CamRanger is there. Let me click on CamRanger and get set up, get that connected. That's connected pretty quick, faster than the old one. Let's hit the CamRanger 2 app and let's hit connect. Load session. Okay, so it allows me to load a previous session, which I'm not going to do, so I'm just going to cancel that. And here we have the interface. Now let's see here, settings, camera controls, overlays. So there's so many more options you've actually got now in this new CamRanger. I'm not even going to go through this because I've literally only got this like 2 days ago. Let's look at controls and workflow. Client mode, fantastic. So when you have client mode off, you've got all of the remote controls. You can change aperture, shutter speed, everything. Now I don't have that because obviously my clients, I don't want them messing around. I don't want them messing around with any of my settings. We've got quick raw mode as well. I'm not sure what that is. I'll have to look into that. But here we go. Right, so let's turn this on and let's just do a check. What's quite nice up here is we've got 5D Mark III. It recognises the camera. It's showing the battery life of the camera. It's showing the battery life of the CamRanger, and it's telling me I've got 612 shots, which is all this nice amount of information. And I'm shooting with dual cards. I've got the CF card and an SD card in there, and I'm also recording to both the CF card and the SD card. I'm sending large, raw and small JPEGs to both cards, and I've always found that shooting with the small JPEG allows the transfer to the iPad a lot quicker for the CamRanger. So let's just check this out. I'm just going to take a picture. Let's just take a picture of the Ninja Flame, and let's see, where are we? Okay, here we are. The image is up here. Now, that was difficult to see how quick that actually happened, so we'll take another shot. In fact, we'll do a little rule of thirds thing here, and we'll get that, and let's see. So it's popped up quickly here. What it's not doing is automatically popping up down here on the large screen, but it's popping up really quickly here. It seems to be working really quite fast, which is obviously nice. The main improvements on this is stability. Like, I should be able to shoot many images without it freezing up, and the ability to like jump backwards and forwards quickly, and the app being pretty much rock solid. I'm just going to go into settings here, controls, auto view images on. So I think that might allow, let's do a portrait orientation shot here. Hopefully that will bring it up on the big screen straight away. Yes. Okay, so that's the setting that I wanted. Auto view images on. So now I'm getting the image appearing here. Let's go back into the expanded mode so we see the full screen. I'm going to take a few different shots. I'm going to see how quick these will actually load up. Let's come over here, let's shoot. Let's come over here, let's open up, let's show you the key light. a microphone even. And let's see what kind of speed we're getting. That's pretty good, man. I mean, that's quick. And it's still so slick, you know. I can double tap. I can come in here, I can zoom in even more. Now before you had to actually double tap to get in. You couldn't pinch and zoom like you would normally. And I remember some clients, as they would actually go through, they'd want to pinch and zoom because they're so used to doing that on iPhones and so forth. But now the fact that you can just pinch and zoom, I mean, that is wicked. And that was quick. So next what I want to do is I want to check how stable it is. If someone is scrolling through the iPad looking at previous pictures whilst the camera is still being operated and taking pictures, does it cause a problem? So I'm going to try and do this. I'm just going to focus up here and I'm going to just take pictures. At the same time I'm going to scroll through and see if that has an issue, if it causes any problems, which it does not seem to be doing. Let's just try and focus on something. As you can see, we're going to go a bit wider here. Let's come in there. Okay. I'm going to scroll back through some of my old pictures. I'm going to keep taking pictures, new pictures. And let's go back here again. Let's scroll forward a bit. Let's see what's happening. It still seems to be working well. Let's go all the way through. Let's shrink this down. Let's flick through here. Let's imagine a client is going through these pictures whilst I'm still taking more pictures. Let's see if they're going to crash the system. And what I'm trying to do here right now is I'm actually trying to crash it. I'm trying to confuse it. I'm trying to bring in new pictures whilst looking at... What if I zoom into this one? No. It's stable. It's stable. And I have to say, I'm super impressed in the way in which it is handling the pictures in terms of speed, and the fact that when I click these it's instantaneous, and I can hit the SD card and I can actually load up all these pictures that I've taken previously that are still on the SD card. So check this out. I've got RAW and JPEGs from the previous shoot. Let's just bring one up, double tap, zoom in, zoom out, flick through. Now I was reading this off the SD card right now, and look at the speed of that. It's not actually laggy at all. It's brilliant. Yeah, I'm really chuffed, and I'm super excited to actually use this in my next shoot. So it looks like CamRanger 1 is going to be put to the side as a backup. CamRanger 2 is here now permanently. It's taken over. This guy is going to be staying on my camera. I'm looking forward to testing this with the Sony a7 III as well, so I know it works really well with the Canon system. Absolutely no issues there whatsoever. Little things like just the pinch to zoom function. It might sound small, but if you're using this kind of kit day in, day out, and your clients are using it, that user experience for the clients is just so important, you know. If you know how to use an iPad, you know how to use an iPhone, you've absolutely got no issues being able to get through this. Now, what else am I able to do? I don't want to go through the whole app because I've not used it properly yet, the new app that is, but I've got a share button here which is getting me excited. Let's click on share. So I can share that directly to Facebook. I can save it to my iPad. It looks like I've got an SD card option here. I can send it to Instagram. You know, we can do loads. Let's click on more. We've got all of the usual things. But anyway, I can click on save. I'd like to access your photos. Okay, let's click on that save. Image save to photo library. Alright, so that's now in the photo library SD card. CamRanger SD card error. Okay, so what it also allows you to do is stick your pictures that you've just taken on the SD card. SD card? That's the SD card slot. Let me just move this guy out of the way. So CamRanger 2 also has an SD card slot. Let me just get this up for you. Right here. You can see that guy there. That's the SD card slot. which means I can actually save pictures directly from the CamRanger app directly into the CamRanger. Let's do a time shot. I'm going to time this from the moment I take the picture. I don't know how long that was. We'll see on the video when I time it, but I'm just going to do a quick count. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds and it's there. Can't really complain, you know what I mean? Bang on. Okay, that's it. Are you using CamRanger? Are you using CamRanger 1? Have you upgraded yet to CamRanger 2? Is there anything you want me to test on CamRanger 2 on your behalf before you buy it? Let me know. I might be able to do that for you. But that is it. CamRanger 2, wicked. Can't wait to start using it properly. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. See you in the next video.